This talk is going to be sexually explicit.
Hey, y'all. Happy New Year, as my grandmother used to say. May she rest in peace. And buenos dias. I wanted to come with an angle to make sure that you get to see my girls. The topic of this video is about the word big. How big are you? I've been really clear on Grindr about that I like guys with big butts and big thighs. How big are you? And it's really interesting because the guys are really proud of their bodies. Like I'm proud of mine. They're showing me their butts and their thighs and they're taking all these really cute pictures. It's really cute. You know, they're really going out of their way. And I really appreciate that, guys. It's just a nice angle, you know. Let me see the bubble butt, baby. All right. How big is it? But I realize when I'm asking the question about how big is your butt or your thighs, they're asking me, so well, how big am I down there? I remember a while ago when I was in my monogamous relationship with my partner, he caught on that I like big butts and all of that. He goes, usually guys who have big butts are usually bottoms. And I was like, really? And so I'm reevaluating now, because it goes really, really well with these men who want to be with a trans woman who's versatile. And that's great. And then the question comes, how big are you? And then I totally lose interest and I shut down. And then I've been asking myself for a while, especially in my transgender status, why do I have this love for big butts and thighs? I think it's a fetish. But I have to say that at 7 years old, I remember as a little kid watching football players on TV, and they were beefy with thick thighs and big butts. Like I wanted to be a football player just so I could be with the men that are playing football, because I would see them slap each other around every so often on the ass. I'm like, oh, they're touching each other, they're playing each other, they're tackling each other, getting on top of each other, kind of like that game Twister. They're like doing the twister, all on top of each other. Oh, I wanted to play that game, honey, when I was a kid. I never had it. I was like, oh, I just want to get on top of somebody. Somebody get on top of me. But as a little kid, I already had that fetish about, men's culos, men's asses, big and juicy, bubble butts, and thighs. I think I know why, where it came from. It was, maybe I should put the trigger warning that my first contact like that, intimately and sexually, physically, with another human was with an older human relative who sexualized me and feminized me. And wow, I wasn't expecting to go there. And I remember from that time on, because he was physically of that nature, big, thick thighs, he was very attractive. In my days of dating men, I started realizing that it was the influence that I had with this relative when he touched me at that age and he got in my bed. I loved him as a relative, but he took it a step further with me as a child. Whoa, that's where it came from. It was at 7 that that happened. At 8, I was like glued to anyone that looked like that. Glued to my G.I. Joes back in the day with their fuzzy hair and their beautiful bodies. And then the football players. And I remember in junior high and high school especially, there was a couple of guys I would like walk behind. I'm like, oh, they have beautiful butts, cute little, like stocky. There was this one kid named Chipper. Oh, he was so hot. He was brown. He was and he had the best button thighs. Oh Lord, I wanted to get into that. And I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. I just wanted it. um, and so ever since then, ever since 7, I've been digging those guys with the thighs and butts. But yeah, I went there. I hope I didn't trigger anybody. That was a childhood, very misappropriated touch. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So just to say on that note that I did confront that relative. He stated that I was not, that I was crazy. And that didn't happen, but it did happen. And I didn't accuse him. I just said, listen, I have these memories of you in my bed in Brooklyn as a kid. And because I was in a relationship with a guy at the time in 2010, he was cute and he was beefy like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, I think I'm still picking partners. I'm still having that relative in my bed with me. And so I knew I needed to confront my to kind of like release him from still being in my bed. In 2010, when this happened to me, maybe 1966. Yeah. Wow, I wasn't expecting going there with my relative, what happened to me as a kid, but that attributed to the booty fetish and the thighs. And with that claimage, that stating that I'm looking for men like that have that, has come the question of how big are you, Soraya? And I like to say in reply that I don't disappoint. I will not ever state how big it is in inches, and I will never send pictures of my penis. If that's so important to you, then I usually do not pursue the conversation further. I hope that what we got out of it today was a root of where fetishes may come from, the celebration of the fetish, to never punish the fetish, to embrace the fetish, for me, to not deny the fetish because of my need of wanting to be in a healthy monogamous relationship. That fetish will always be there. And I do not want to be with someone out of monogamy and safety and compatibility and yet not having that desire met. I really like that. Not that I need it, but I really like it and I want to have it. And I think it's sort of sad that I haven't had it. Again, I had a partner who didn't have much of a butt, but his legs and that penis and his heart and the compatibility that we had and the dating, we went on so many different types of dates. We always had fun. And that, I guess, trumped it at the time. I don't know if all those attributes and all those things in that relationship will be enough. I don't know right now if that ass is really important to me in the thighs. I gotta have it. She's gotta have it like a Spike Lee movie, honey. I think I'm gonna leave it there. I want to thank you so much all for watching and your support of Soraya Sabada's Fierce Cooking Show. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful new year, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Yay! Happy New Year!
The beautiful sex organ is between your ears, not between your legs.
See you later, alligator. Bye!
The beautiful sex organ is between your ears, not between your legs.